Hello students, today we will learn that how to record the transactions or post the necessary entries in the ledger account from the journal entries. So already I have discussed the rules for posting into ledger accounts. Today I will just discuss those rules through the sum. Okay, that will make your concept much more clear about ledger posting. So here we have one sum in which I have given you 4 transactions. From this transaction you are required to make the journal entries first of all, and then from those journal entries we will record or we'll simply post them to the ledger account. We'll prepare the necessary ledger accounts. Okay, this is the transaction for L Limited, and the books of account is being closed on 31st December 2010. That means the accounting year for this company is from 1st Jan 2010 to 31st December 2010. Okay, so now let us proceed with the sum. The first entry is on 1st August 2010, purchase goods for rupees 2,50,000 from C Limited. So the necessary entry for the first transaction will be purchase account debit to C Limited account. Okay. Now according to the rules of posting into ledger, I told you yesterday that whatever account is being debited, we will record that entry, I mean the subsequent account or the other account that is being affected by the transaction, in the same site. Okay, now in this transaction, 1st August transaction, the two accounts which is involved are purchase account and the creditors account, that is C Limited is our creditors. Okay, so we need to prepare two ledger account from this. One will be purchase account and other will be C Limited account. Now in case of purchase account, when we prepare the ledger account for purchase, how we will record this entry, let us see that first of all. Now see here, first we have, as I told you, that whatever is the entry, that is whether debit or credit, we have to accordingly place it on the debit side or the credit side with the other account related. Now see, purchase account contains a debit balance itself, and the journal entry was purchase account debit to C Limited. Okay, so on 1st August on the debit side we will simply write down to C Limited, as this is the account which is being affected here. So to C Limited 2,50,000, since purchase account was debit in the journal entry, so we have to write it in the debit side only, but with the name of the other account that is being affected. So here the other account involved was C Limited account, so we have written it on the debit side as to C Limited account. Then the amount we have written it as 2,50,000. Okay, now we will move to the next transaction. Okay, sorry, before moving to the next transaction we have to discuss about the other ledger account also that was affected. So other account that was affected was C Limited, isn't it? Now since the journal entry was like this, purchase account debit to C Limited, so from the entry we can understand that C Limited was being credited. Now what did I say you the rule? The rule is to credit the account by the other account that is being affected. So on 1st August 2010 we will simply write by purchase account, because purchase account was the other subsequent account that was involved in our journal entry. So and it will be recorded in the credit side of C Limited account, that is our creditors. Okay, and our creditors, it already contains credit balance, so since we have to pay them, so our creditors amount will be increased, so we will automatically record it in the credit side. Okay, next transaction we have sold goods for rupees 3,20,000 to P Limited on 5th August. Okay, so here the transaction journal entry is P Limited account debit to sales account. So the two ledger account prepared from this journal entry will be P Limited account, that is our debtors account, and sales account. Okay, so now let us move into those ledger accounts. Now here we have P Limited account, the ledger account for P Limited. Since it was the entry was P Limited account debit to sales account, so P Limited account was debited there, and the other account was sales that was credited, isn't it? So what did I say? That whatever is debited we have to record in the debit side, and since it is a debtors account, so it automatically contains debit balance. Increase in debtors will be always recorded in the debit side, so we'll write it as 2 by the other account affected is sales account, so 2 sales account rupees 3,20,000. Okay, now the next account we will move to is sales account. Now in the sales account we will be having on 5th August 2010 by P Limited account 3,20,000. Since the journal entry was P Limited account debit to sales account, so when we are making sales account we have to write down as by P Limited account 3,20,000. Okay, now the third transaction is September 1st 2010, sold goods for cash rupees 5 lakh. So the journal entry for this is cash account debit to sales. So the two accounts affected are cash account and sales account. So already we have made cash account, already we have made sales account, so we just need to add this transaction to the existing sales ledger account, and we will make a new account, that is cash account. Okay, now see here, the sales account on September 1st 2010, the entry is cash account debit to sales, so we will write as by cash account. Since sales was credited there, so we have to record this in the credit side only by the other account that is affected, so by cash account rupees 5 lakh. Okay, now here comes the cash account. Since the entry was cash account debit to sales, isn't it? So cash was debited there, and since we are having a cash sales, cash account already contains a debit balance because it is a real account, so we will simply record it as 1st September 2010. On the debit side of cash account we'll write it as 2 sales account by rupees 5 lakh. Okay, now come to the fourth transaction, September 8 2010. We have purchased furniture for cash, so the entry, journal entry is furniture account debit to cash account. Here also two accounts that we have to prepare, two ledger accounts we have to prepare is furniture account and cash account. Cash account is already being prepared, so we need to make a new ledger account for furniture. So let us move to that. Now here comes the furniture account. As I told, you have to just simply record it by the journal entry. So journal entry was furniture account debit to cash. Furniture is a real account, so asset balance is always debit, so we will furniture was debited also in the journal entry, so we have to record it in the debit side of furniture account by the other account affected is cash account, so to cash account rupees 10,000. Okay, now children, already we have recorded all the 4 transactions we have posted in the various ledger account, and the next in posting will be for cash account for this last transaction. So let us just quickly go to that. Now see here, cash account for that last transaction will be affected by furniture account, since we are having a cash purchase of furniture. So cash account is a real account, it contains debit balance, so decrease in asset will be recorded in the credit side, and also in the journal entry we have already recorded that furniture account debit to cash, so by furniture account 10,000. Now already we have recorded all the transactions, we have posted them to the ledger. So now here comes the step for balancing them. Now for balancing the accounts like related to goods, that is purchase, sales, purchase return, sales return, stock, these all balancing will be done by just simply transferring the balancing figure to the trading account. Okay, and the nominal account, that is income and expenses account, that the balancing has been done by transferring the balancing figure into PL account. Rest of the account, that is personal account, we will balance it by balance CD and balance BD.